is the go-to website for all things male enhancement related. Make sure you go check it out. Got the Go to the first thing. It's like right before housekeeping miles. It was a great bonding and unification moment in male FSU Twitter. I don't know what's going on with Nico. Nico's good people, sneakerhead. But Nico said he was feeling lethargic, didn't have the energy, didn't have that spark. I don't know how old Nico is. Nico's Asian, and sometimes it's hard to gauge. But I don't mean that. I guess some stuff can come off a little wild sometimes. I don't really know how that's supposed to be taken, but yeah, as a compliment. But Nico, good is like I said, is good people. He was talking about TRT, which TRT is just the man way of saying testosterone replacement therapy, but it's hormone therapy. I think people get too caught up on the testosterone part, and it's because it's more to it. Remember, it's always because I got tagged in. Some people talked to me about it. Said miles no sound. Oh, we good now. Low energy, low testosterone, high estrogen levels, all these different things they check. So and like all right, so I said, people were talking about, hey man, sounds like you need to go to Alpha Male Jackson. I had to go and refute a lot of this stuff because not in a bad way, but it's like, oh man, when I move to Jacksonville, I want to come to Florida. No, motherfucker, call now. We got you. Don't matter where you're at. Is that a new member? Well, Damien's not new. Damien re-up. This is what he said. My testosterone levels have more than doubled since starting TRT from August to now. Men, if you're feeling mental cloudiness, mental blah, low energy, low libido, no passion, constant state of tiredness, go get your testosterone check. And it was just a lot of people and that's how this stuff starts, man. Men, we gotta have a conversation. How I learned to go get when I knew it was something like I knew I had diabetes. What started the whole trend? I saw a friend of mine actually post on Facebook. He was in the hospital, and he started he posted it, and he was just talking about how I should have been done this, and he'd give him a levels check. Big macho man. We don't like going to doing all this shit. So, and at the time, I was feeling real bad. It was real embarrassed. I was pissing every 5 minutes, and I drink a lot of water. So I was just like, but I'm like, yo, this is unnatural. Like I was waking up. I couldn't get no sleep because I was waking up and I couldn't hold anything down. So I hit him up. I said, hey, man, what were your symptoms? He said, man, I'm pissing a lot. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm like, oh, shit. So I went to the doctor. Michael Holloway is what led me to go to the doctor. Which I got there too late, but I got there early enough to be able to correct it, get it on the right track. And then when I did it, a bunch of other people talked about it. Good stuff going on. When I got COVID, a lot of people didn't want to talk about COVID. I really tell people I don't really give a fuck if you get the jab or if you don't get the jab. All I'm telling you is that a motherfucker almost died. That shit became real to me. Ain't shit realer to you until you sitting there about to tell some thinking like, yo, I might have to garner the strength to call my sons for the last time. That's all I want to do. Like you negotiate, like, all right, man, it's over. It's a great run. Start thinking about all the wild shit you did that you didn't die of. And now you're like, damn, I died because somebody coughed and couldn't wash their hands. That was fucked up. But, but even then, got some conversations going, did some different things. Again, I don't care what you did. I was actually talking to my high school coach, who actually studied biology. Yeah, I hope I said it right, at Florida State. For whatever reason, he was just a coach. But if you're a man over 30, or you listen to the Den, listen to my BS, go to alphamalejacks.com. If you're a woman too, actually anybody, go to alphamalejacks.com. Go on there, click on the make a reservation thing, and you'll be able to speak to Christina, and then she'll help you get your lab set up, all that cool shit. Trying to figure out what else I want to do here. Oh, inside the world's greatest cigar lounge, Goodfellas Cigar Lounge. If you hear some more beating and construction, the reason why you hear the beating and construction is because we're building a patio on the front. So Well, it's no real winter in Florida. Like it'd be like cold in February for a week. Oh man, like it's just more space. So like for my people who are like, man, I don't want to go out there and smell like smoke. Now it's not just an outdoor patio where it's a covered outdoor patio for the most part. So like you can come out there, it can be pouring down rain, you out there chilling. We're gonna do more renovations and innovations as we continue to grow this thing to bring people a good time. Um, got cool key cards and shit too. So um, yeah. Now the key card, if you are an all in member and you're in Jacksonville, I got you. But I'm gonna tell you what the key card did. The key card gets you access for whenever you want to get in here. Problem is that we know we're watching. So if you're out here doing some wild shit, hey, just letting you know. Now, I'm gonna tell you about today's show. A lot to go over. We're gonna try to keep it under at an hour, maybe slightly over. I got two kids at the house right now that don't have school. I don't even know if I have a home. But a lot of shit happened this weekend, and we're gonna go backwards a little bit. Not even so. Wednesday show we'll talk about Jags. We just don't have it. Eric turned 36, celebrating with the win. Shout out to him. Happy birthday. I think Damien was anniversary was when he won the tickets, if I remember correctly, if he said that. Or that was this weekend. So shout out to Damien. Damien's gonna get posted here in a second. My guy B Lynn will get posted here in a second. Oh, wait a minute. My bad. Oh, the phone. Nah, Damien didn't just re-up. Damien upgraded his membership. Damien is a part of the 3-6 Mafia. Shout outs to that, man. Appreciate you on that, but boy. So, anyways, let's go and do the housekeeping shit. If you weren't watching, like I'm gonna tell you this. So today at about 2 o'clock, we would do my big games post game breakdown. So last on Saturday, I actually went over and I actually talked about my initial breakdown of the game. This is when I'll actually go over the film. We'll be in the film room. If you are a member, make sure you go into the community on YouTube. You'll see the link. You'll be able to check it out, and we'll go watch the film live so you can understand what it's like and what I see. So that's the only way you can watch it live. It will be posted probably around 6 or 7 o'clock tonight for those who want to just watch. But if you want to come in, you have questions, you want to know why we did some things, I will give you my opinions, but remember the views expressed are for me and me only. If you would have joined us last Thursday, and we'll do that again this Thursday, where we'll break down Syracuse. Excuse me, we'll break down Duke. If you watched my breakdown of Syracuse, you would have went like what I wanted to do. I'm gonna tell you something else I did. I've been warning people to go and put their picks in for the college football pick 'em. You know what I didn't do? I didn't put my goddamn picks in, but I broke it down. What else? Even though, oh, yeah. Um, yeah, I did one on Saturday. But again, that's why you got to make sure. I know some of y'all alerts ain't been going off like that, but I'm telling you, I'm doing it. And I post on Twitter and I post on the YouTube and I post on my Facebook. I'm posting that I'm about to do this. So I will remind people again. But the link to the review, the post game breakdown was live. The game review will be live, but only for members. So like you got to be at least $3.99 member to be able to get into that part of the community to be able to see the StreamYard link. So we'll have that. You can come watch it. You can ask questions. You can do all of that kind of good stuff. But the Syracuse breakdown, I told y'all there, you have nothing to like. If you watched a piece of film of Syracuse, there's no way you thought that game was going to be close. But we'll talk about that a little bit. I'm not going to go to too much detail because I did an hour Saturday, and I'm probably going to do an hour or more today. So fuck all that. But if you watch the game on TV, and you've been listening to me, I got my kid Jack. Jack is coming to the game this weekend. Again, if you would like to donate, just go to mftkfoundation.com. There's a donation link that's going up to that, but click on the first one, Miles. Um, 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 that one. So if when I post video, and the reason why I always tell people I don't necessarily like doing the breakdowns because we gotta play the sound. That's what makes it important. Um, they get monetized for it because I am using so I'm probably not gonna get monetized for this show because I'm using ABC's property that ABC stole from me to use as their property. There's only one way this video exists. I posted it. Dreams Come True didn't post it. Nobody else posted it. But I want you guys to listen. This is what they did. They did. It was cool. And I'll tell you about a little bit more about the whole thing after Miles plays this. Yeah. I meant ours, like whatever that thing is. Because this is not me and this is not my house. This is somebody recording this from me. I was actually at my son's football game. Oh, it went bad. So the whole crux of it is that they found out about it, and this was dope. They found out about it. I had no idea. So, like, a bunch of people sent me stuff. The Dreams Come True people were like, James, we know you had something to do with it. I had no fucking idea ABC was doing this. So, one, I want to clarify some things. Um, Jack is not sitting on the sidelines for the game. And Jack really can't see. Some of my people picked up some stuff. It was funny. I ain't gonna lie. I chuckled. They're like, James, you forgot he was blind. Because I did go to dap him up. He's not blind. Like he's not all the way gone yet, guys. He can see something. But then I thought about it after my son's godfather said, when you try to like get him a place where he can probably hear the game better, he is blind enough to where if you try to dap him, he can't see it. But he can see, like he can walk, he can see, just needs some assistance. They've said some things that might have made like Florida State's trying to get involved. They're trying to figure out what level they can get involved. But this is why you call people and figure shit out because if I can't get them on the sideline, just know ABC fucked it up. Because I have a way to get them on the sideline, but if Florida State says they can't do it anymore, it's they looking now. You feel what I'm saying? So like, and I want people to realize right now, Florida State has not given any fucking tickets to Jack or you know whose tickets Jack is using? My tickets. Like I'm doing all of this shit, and I didn't get like a piece of recognition, which is fine. It's just I don't want other people to get. I don't mind not getting recognition. I just don't want other people getting credit for the shit that I'm doing that I made happen. That's all. All I'm saying. Now, Till Dog FAMU's homecoming is Halloween weekend. It's next weekend, not this weekend. Um, it's it's um it's cool because also Florida State fans saw it and everybody tagged me in it. They were so mad, bro. They was just like, his name is Big Game James. His name is not Jack. Get his name right. I'm like, yo, this is why you should listen to Big Games BS. So you don't sound like an asshole. I get it. I like it. Appreciate the defense. But Jack is the kid's name. But moving forward, it was cool. I got a call. They called me. They said Jack saw it. Jack was watching the game, right? And you know how Miles, if y'all listening on Friday show, Miles said something very asshole-ish, but it was funny though. So it's allowed. He said, I said, I've never seen a blind kid cry. I don't want to see a blind kid cry. And Miles was like, his tears might be invisible. And I was like, that shit was hilarious. But what happened was they told me the story. They said they were watching. And Jack saw this. And he saw his picture. and he heard his name, and he was just like, "Oh my God, I'm famous," and it overwhelmed him. And they were like, he had to get out of the room. I told him I want to see it, but then I thought about it. I don't really want to see it because even when they were telling me, if you listen to me talk to Jack, I was trying to keep back because Thug's criteria is on the inside, and I'm not finna let it go. And I can see his dad. His dad is like is a man, right? And his dad, every time, like, he can't believe this is really happening to his son. So, like, I'm looking at the dad like, bro, keep the shit together. Nah, he's been close though. He was close on Wednesday, man. And I'm like, man, keep it together. Because if you do it, then it's like fucking cooties. Then everybody's doing it. So, but this is what happened. Like, I think I sent it up there. Oh, yeah, I think I sent it up. Yeah, this is so basically, if anybody wants to know what James was like, I had to leave my son's game for a second because this happened. One of my favorite movies is Ocean's 13. If you don't believe it, that was the whole theme of the wedding. The whole theme of the wedding was oceans. It's just a great movie. One, like, good dressing, people dress good, great acting, sarcasm, a heist, just so much stuff go. Nothing This is, again, if you want to know what it was like around me, this is what it was like. I was George Clooney. And people were wondering what the hell's wrong.
Hey. Okay, the guard by the main elevator shaft has a little Hitler for a son. Real Ritalin sniffer.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah, no, I just bit into a pepper.
Oh. Anyway. Is that? Are you watching Oprah? With a bottle of wine? Did you TiVo this?
I was reading the paper.
I realized how old this was when he said, "Did you TiVo this?"
And not one, not two, not three, but 12 new beds.
Oh.
It's not just about the kids. I mean, I'm happy for the kids.
It's this part.
I think we've come up with the answer to your prayers. This is what I think we're going to do. We are buying you a house.
How's it going in Mexico?
The Turks there. Are they really going to build their new home?
Yeah, the whole family.
And then he cut out the part. Brad Pitt sniffs. He's about to start. It's kind of one of those things where you're just like, oh man, it's not about the kid, man. It's about the story, man. The story is pretty good. It's like you're sitting there like, man, I'm not finna. Like, I'm like, no, you're not finna make me cry, man. Yeah. I do like Frank Sinatra too, by the way, and I like Frank Sinatra because of Jay-Z.
I can understand that.
And Frank Sinatra, the original Oceans, was Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack.
I didn't know there was an original Oceans.
Man, there is nothing original anymore. Everything is a spinoff or a spoof of something. They're gonna redo these eventually. Also, my roommate Ben, South African, basically British, like not black South African either, white South African, and like so a lot of this stuff, like I got a chance to get kind of into a lot of movies and different things because of that. But college is I mean, I learned about white people in college.
It was great seeing my friends come over to the white side.
And then I taught them about black stuff. There was like black movies that I said you just must watch. And I took them on a tour. I took white people on a tour of the projects in Tallahassee. They were terrified. I made money. It was great. I was like a tour guy. It was like taking somebody on a safari. Like when the African dude took me on a safari when I was in Africa, he was mad comfortable. I wasn't. I thought the lions were going to eat me. And especially when the lion looked at me and he roared, like I almost shat myself. That shit is terrifying. We were in like a fucking Honda Civic. Like not the cool Honda Civics in the 2000s. I'm talking about the old Honda Civics. Like if you know what I'm talking about, like or like think about the early 90s Nissan Sentras and shit like that. Like them motherfuckers. Like that lion looked at me and was just like, oh, I'm like, oh shit. But that was it. If Jermaine Johnson is there, I'm definitely going to make sure Jack sees them. and all of that other jazz. So whatever ways we want to say it. By the way, we're having a tailgate. If you want to support, it's so many ways to support. Like, I'm not asking for anything. Maybe if you would like to do a super chat, but be a member. Membership has its perks. Come to a fucking tailgate. Don't bitch about it. Just fucking come to the tailgate. Cheese gonna be late. Food gonna be there. Some shit gonna happen. Might have a DJ, might not have a DJ, but we will have liquor and we will eventually have food. Always happens. It's going to a good cause. But we are having a homecoming tailgate, lot 19. It is $40 right now. You can't even buy pussy in the DR for $40 anymore. Inflation has made it go. My boy Brandon is down there again. He is like, it is $50 now. Inflation is fucking things up. It's gonna be God, man. It's just he says you got it. He said I'm down here at the perfect time. Say I'm getting a bitch that could have easily went for what it says 6,000 pesos. But Halloween's next. It's dry because everybody's coming for Halloween. They're coming next weekend. So like they're just out there, just there is no business there. But you can get for $40, you can get a tailgate ticket until Tuesday, then it goes up to 60. So go look at CJ Wilson's tweet, look at Spiratics, look at mine. Go purchase it. Link will be in the description. I always pre-sell them for relatively rough. Then after that, I just say, you say fuck me, I say fuck you. This is the perks of membership or listening to this show. There are no other shows doing this. Have no idea why y'all not fucking with me like that or why your friends don't fuck with the fullback. But that's cool. Shout out to my guy Deshaun. Glad you guys had a great time. He got his 2 tickets. Boom. Didn't show the field, but he could tell you he was right there. And I appreciate you doing that. Shout out to the fullback. These seats are in the unfucking real. He was really literally right there by the sideline. Team walks right by him, going onto the field, walks right by him, going off the field. Everybody comes from that direction where he was at. Go show the next one, Miles. That's my guy B Lynn. Excuse me, B Lynn is you see him. Oh, I thought you didn't have both. Yeah, this one. These were the other seats that we were able to give away. Dope seats. Again, you see where you're at. I told you guys my whole thought process on this is to let you experience things in the manner in which I experience things. So if you haven't noticed or if you don't follow me on social media, I'm not bougie. I just have a certain way I like to go about doing shit. I don't like sitting. I've ran up to the top of Doak Campbell Stadium. Nothing wrong with sitting in those seats. I just have bad memories. I get triggered, is what they say. So I don't want to feel like I'm doing conditioning or disciplines. So I sit low. I sit close to the fucking action. So I can't get you on the sideline for the game, for the full game, but I can get you there pregame. That's for my all-in members. I should know what's going on with that here by Tuesday for the all-in members. So if you want your pregame sideline passes and whatnot, I also have to figure out what's going on with Florida State, so I can know how I'm gonna get my guy in there. So yeah, so that's how we live over here. The other things ain't getting you nothing. Shout out to Florida State being one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams remaining undefeated after week 7. Liberty University, James Madison, Air Force. We all know those teams do not fucking count. They will be gone in a matter of time. North Carolina, Florida State are the only 2 remaining unbeatens in the ACC. Washington is the only remaining unbeaten in the Pac-12. Oklahoma is the only unbeaten in the Big 12. Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State are the only unbeatens in the Big 10, which I have always said the Big 10 is the best conference in football. And Georgia is the only unbeaten remaining in the SEC, with tons of competition going around. Good stuff. Louisville could have made ACC have an argument, but they decided to wet the bed against a 1-4 Pitt, which helps because now the Pitt game probably won't be at noon because I got to go scout that game for the Gator Bowl. So that'll be my next game that I'm going to. Dustin Lewis made this great statement. Did you know it has been a full year since Florida State has lost a football game? Florida State is 12-0. 365 days was the last time we lost to Clemson. I believe that was the last game we lost. We have went 12-0, and people say we stink, right? But here's what the dominance that Florida State has had during this 12-0 stretch, of which Oklahoma, if y'all remember that name, I just said they were one of the undefeated teams. LSU, Clemson, trying to think, Florida, Miami now. Yeah, Miami. We're all in this stretch. The average margin of victory is 42.2 to 18.3. That's a solid ass whipping. Now, I did talk about the tailgate, so we have the tailgate, but this is something that we're going to have at the Miami tailgate. We're going to have a little bit of fun and festivities and activities at the Miami tailgate, because right now Miami fans are in shambles. We'll talk about them a little bit more. Shout out to my guy Luke, who's listening right now. Saw him in the comments. But here's what we're going to do for people, because people get a little froggy online. I'm going to give them every opportunity to live their truth. So here's what we got going on right now. This is amazing athleticism, by the way. I knew it was over when the motherfucker did the flip. Hey, man, this guy has an athleticism. This is good. It's no, all open hand, all slaps. We'll have a little square. It looks. Look at this. This man is amazing. It ain't like they trying to pass somebody else in. It's not like you can't. That's smart shit. Oh man, this would be amazing. There's two people going at him. Look at this got to be fake. It's got to be wrestling and choreographed. I don't know. But it looks fun. Look at him. He's like, come in. Look at him. I know you ain't gonna do it no more. That tell me that doesn't look exciting. This right here. This man got springs. How did it get so high? It's on sand and no shoes. I want to sanction this. I don't know how we do this. But Raymond, it's $40 until Tuesday, brother. Mandy, I wish I could wear my cold weather gear. I have to wear a green jacket. Which emoji? It's a it looks like a salute. It is a nose. Yes, a salute. Yeah. But Krill Master. Right, we'll get that Arab money, baby. We finna do that's it, man. I cannot be guys. This is why I'm not rich. Because I would literally be like, you know what? If I was like Shad Khan wants to do shit like only, I want to. People always misunderstand this, and me and Chris were sporadics. We're having this conversation because I am an actual history major. I would not mind owning people, but I would be a good owner of people, like how NFL owners are and stuff like that. But I don't want to own an NFL team. I don't want to own an NBA team. I want to own gladiator type shit. Like I want to own people like Dana White. You want to own Dana White? No. I can't own Dana White. Dana White makes too much money. But let's be real, Dana White owns them UFC fighters are owned. Oh, yeah. He pays them criminally low. Is that the one who's fighting Tyson Fury? Yes, sir. Yeah. So by the way, we will have that fight here at Goodfellas on October 28th. I'll actually be in town because I'm not going to fucking Winston-Salem, North Carolina to watch fucking Florida State play Wake Forest. I'd be damned. I didn't like going to that motherfucker when I was a player. I ain't going to that motherfucker as a fan. Good luck to y'all. It looks like every Halloween episode up there during that time. It was there. One of my teammates who coaches at Miami right now went to Mount Tabor High School. That just sounds like the high schools where where Ichabod Crane went to.
Right.
Anyway. But Dana White, like those guys got there getting CT. I say all that to say is I would pay them. Well, so hear me. Roman gladiators were slaves, people. They were also some of the most wealthy Romans during the time. Like you guys just don't know. We only know one type of slavery. We don't understand that slavery is a more complex system. But before I get canceled, I won't go into all of that. FSU versus Syracuse. I already talked about it's been a whole year since we lost. HCC Network, Wildin'. Hey, my boy RG3 was has been saying all kinds of shit. RG3 was amazing, though. He was good. So I want to pause this. I almost want to call my dog, but I don't know what he's doing right now. No. I want to call Pete. So let's just show this play. Now, he did have a better game than Peter Warwick has ever had. There's only two players in FSU history in the past 25 years that have 100 yards receiving and 100 punt return yards in a game. One was Peter Ward, one was Keon Coleman. But let's watch Keon's return, and then this is where I think RG3 might be on this call right here. I don't know yet, but he wasn't bad. He said that man had more moves than a military family.
On the quarterback.
So that was dope. People were like, he looked like Peter Ward. I said, no, Pete would have scored.
Yeah, for sure. From here, it looks like there's no way you can't score.
What happens is the best thing you could do in this situation is slow him down. And then because now when you're going full speed and you've opened up your gate, the worst thing that can happen to you is something that makes you have to chop up and short. Because you can't, it's why Reggie Bush was Reggie Bush. It's why Pete was Pete. Like you're not supposed to be at top speed and be able to stop on a dime and shift to change directions. That's why when people say, oh, this Pete was fast, I'm like, Pete wasn't fast. Pete was shifty and explosive. It's a difference. You can't run a 4.3 and then stop. Like that's how you have knee issues. But Keon Coleman had 140 yards receiving, 107 punt return yards. Pete in 1999 had 103 yards receiving, 115 punt return yards against North Carolina. I want to say that was the game, like North Carolina was the game Pete came back from suspension from the Dillard's incident because he got suspended for, they say he was stealing stuff, but that man was giving that shit. But I don't know if we really were paying attention. Go back to that video, Miles, because there's something that people didn't notice. I know you didn't notice it. I didn't notice it at first, but I want people to see White Mike. And White Mike was skedaddling. Like you gotta pull the video up. If you got Luke, yeah, all right. So can we blow it up? Push pause, and then what we got to do is I want you to slow it down for us a little bit, Miles. Like you don't gotta go too. Half speed is fine. Actually, 75. Let's go 75. So we're gonna push play, and I want you guys to notice the bottom of the screen. Just look at the bottom of the screen. So right up under where it says Syracuse 3, Florida State 24. And then what you're gonna notice is a silver surfer, if you will. Like if you're familiar with comic books, you will. But then what happens is look at the awareness though. So what people don't know, so this is football fundamentals right here. The sideline box goes from the 20 to the 20. You see where Mike stops, has the awareness to pull up because if he goes over that, that's a penalty, and that penalty could bring it back, which probably would have helped us because Mike was this explains why Mike had a shitty play calling series. So when I do my film breakdown, I'm going to give Mike grace. Mike was the worst 4 plays in Mike Norvell's career as a signal caller. We ran a return. I mean, not return, excuse me. We ran a reverse, which got stopped, and we ran 3 pass plays. 2 of them were dropped, should have been caught, and then we ran 3 pass plays. The last one that Jay Trav threw, I don't know what the fuck Jay Trav was doing. The throw to Trey Benson has been caught by Trey before, would have been tough. Kyle Murlock just dropped the booty. Didn't make sense. We didn't get any points on that, lost. Is what I'm saying.
Wow.
No points.
So was this the game you're supposed to win, or the game you get lucky?
No, we're supposed to win. No, we were supposed to. This is 7. This is one of the 7.
Okay.
We were just better than them. That's why when people were like, Syracuse scares me. It gives me nightmares at night. Like, you shut the fuck up. Pacified pussy. This is the game breakdown, if you will, if you want to go check it out. It's on YouTube, as I said. If you want to go, I actually, Twitter always takes the links. This was the first drive. This is what I knew was going to, oh man, I didn't send it to you, I don't think. Even my guy, Dino Babers gave the best compliment I've ever heard somebody give an opponent. First, he was talking about, he's like, I don't know any other players other than 13. That quarterback was amazing. He's like, what did you think about Keon Coleman? Which one was that? Was that the one that made the acrobatic catch over the middle? Like, oh, yeah. I was showing out when he made him. I said, damn, wow. That is some high praise right there. But Keon went up there, got the ball. Like, this was crazy. Because he didn't come down and, like, a lot of people say they make a one-handed catches aren't that extreme. One-handed catches behind you and overthrown are. Typically, you go back, you catch it, and then you kind of bring it with the other hand to help. Nope, he didn't do that. He just snagged that bitch, brought it right here with somebody hitting him. That was crazy. Keon County, it's definitely Keon County. It's no longer Leon County. It's Keon County. I'm with it. I have something that I would like everybody to do. My guy Deshaun did it. I'm going to tell you to do it again because I am going to rub everybody's face in this. As for me and my family, we're unapologetic Adam Fuller fans. We will always defend Adam Fuller. Adam Fuller is a national treasure. We will miss Adam Fuller. We will not treat Adam Fuller like Charles Kelly. You see what Charles Kelly did. We're going to talk about him. But this is basically what I want people to do. Keep my defensive coordinator's name out your motherfucking mouth. This man, nobody has stopped LSU's offense except for Adam Fuller. And you know what people were saying during the game about Adam Fuller? Fire Adam Fuller. And he is the blueprint to it. It's how I know y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking about with football. It's why it's frustrating. You don't understand how frustrating it is to listen to you guys speak about something that you don't know nothing about. I blame rap music and video games. Because rap music and video games have made y'all think that this game is just simple to play. It is not. It is not. Hell, I can tell y'all what to look for, and you still don't look for it. So what do you think players going to do? And you argue with people who actually are experts. That is the most asinine thing. That is the most frustrating thing about America. It is, you know what? I blame my favorite president, W. That No Child Left Behind. No, some of y'all should have been left behind. Everybody doesn't deserve to go to the promised land. Y'all should have been left the fuck behind. I could tell by your responses and the way you guys do shit. Your logic doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to tell you this. You know how hard it is to hold somebody to 3 points? Not give up any points in crap time? All I'm saying, I can't see. I got to go look at it. Oh, we finna talk about it. We are going to discuss it. C. Kelly was a whole slut out there. I think, is that the next thing? Do I got to? I can't talk about that yet. The University of Miami versus a team with the pulse is 0-2. Just put that chart up there. It's like charting Santa Claus's track on Christmas Eve. If you want to know what time of year it is, you know how you know it's October? University of Miami's dreams of being back have been dashed. Every year, like this. Do we have the chart up there, Miles? Yeah. You can see it. You can like boom. It like if you go to the beginning of the year. So January, I think in the front. So in January, it starts off like, okay, there's optimism, there's cautious optimism. After the final signing day, it's like, okay, it's higher. then you watch, for some reason, you guys don't look at the fact that your quarterback throws completions to the ground more than anything. I've never seen this before, but like the last 3 years, I think Miami's beat hates them sometimes. And then around April, you completely forget everything that happened the year before. And now the teams that whooped your ass sucks. And you're winning a natty. All the things you complained about before get erased. Tweets are deleted. You believe the esophageal genius in everything that he's saying. And then the optimism just increases. Then you play nobody. You play Bethune-Cookman, who hasn't beat anybody. And you feel good about yourself. You beat Texas A&M, which was a good win. I'm not even gonna hold you about that. But maybe Texas A&M is sorry. It's right at that optimism where people are beating their chest, right? I told you we were good. So last year, I told Florida State fans we're going to win 9 to 10 games. Never said we were going to win a natty. I stood on that. I don't understand how Miami fans could see what they don't have and then get that optimistic. But they do. It happens every year. Don't know why. Just happens. They get mad at you for saying this stuff. They call you weird when you listen to their spaces when they break down. They say you're a hater. Then they start saying, bet money on it, broke boy. They are strong. It is a mental illness.
I like it though.
Do you know it? And then you know what happens? People bet money, and you know what they do? They fucking disappear. My one guy, he did bet me money. He won't bet. He knows. He knows. He would never bet me money that Miami would beat us. He bet money that LSU would beat us. And then he went from, and I told him, I only bet big. And he didn't want to bet big. He called me a broke boy, but didn't want to bet big. So we bet 500. And then when the game time got closer, he said, hey, man, nah, you want to bet 250, man? I know. I didn't ask him to bet 250. He asked me, so I know who the broke boy is. I'm broke, but I would have paid it up if we would have lost. But I also know that we are fucking good. So I don't, one thing about James Cole, which is why I tell people, if you see me say, I'm willing to bet, run away. Or take it. Like when I said about Syracuse, like that I wanted to do a parlay, I was going to bet everything, the over, the points. I would have adjusted the points to give Syracuse more points. That's how confident I was without Johnny Wilson. But it's like, I'm like, yo, I'll bet you. Like I always put my favorite, tombstone. Like there ain't nobody Florida State fan. Like one person with Florida State fans, they hide, they don't want to bet. And I just come out of the door. I'm your Huckleberry. I was just funning around, big game. I was just cool. I was just fooling. Well, I wasn't. Anyways, long story short, I knew they were going to lose North Carolina. I didn't know it was going to be that bad, but let's just play again the delusion. And it's not just their fault. It's again, I blame the media, and the media knows. Actually, I blame the fans for consistently falling for this. The media knows who they can play. Like the media knows if we just say Florida State sucks, everybody in Florida State is going to cry, come into a conniption fit, and be like, "Wow, woe is me." They know if they just say Miami's back, all the Miami fans are going to use this stuff and say, see, you're foolish. The national, they've been doing this to us for 20 years, bro. As a Miami fan, if you are 30 years old, right? 30 years old would make you, was that 90? No, 90 would make you 30. If you were born in 90, you'd be 33 now, right? Yeah. So in 33 years of existence, I just want you to understand this. You've won one national championship and you've been very bad. So most of your life, you don't know being good. No idea why you're even worried about that. But if you go to Kane's Films, this guy, he posted this right here. And let's all listen to this as a family because we're getting more Kane fans, which is dope. I welcome you here. This is a Big 3 channel. We would talk about everybody but Florida right now. I got to save Florida for Wednesday. We're gonna roast She Shed. But like if you'll play that video of that guy, real quick, Miles. Let's just listen to what he has to say about this. Is before the game, by the way.
People being so quick to play Twitter head coach and say, well, I would have taken a knee. Well, okay, that's great. Well, you weren't the head coach. You didn't make that call. Was it the right call to take a knee? Yeah, 100%. No way around it. But right now, I think we're kind of forgetting that Miami could have won that football game pretty easily. Again, you take a knee, Miami's undefeated. This game probably has more juice. Why are we forgetting that about Miami? Why are we just imagining they're somehow a bad football team because they made one bad call and lost a football game they were supposed to win? I'm not excusing it. I'm just saying I think Twitter has kind of poisoned our view.
Here's my problem with On3 and everybody, and I was having this discussion. They are using the music industry model. They know what you trust. Guys with dreads, like if you don't have a background, this isn't for you. They like sassy ass black men. That'll be your RJ Youngs. I think I would say RJ Young, the sassy motherfucker out Midwest that's sucking Dion off. Ooh, I wonder what he has to say about it. Anyways, we'll get to that. They know the slick back Pilgrim looks kind of homey. They've done studies now that they like that people feel more like in tune when you don't have that much going. Like they feel like he's a normal person. Like so the fancy studios for sports, like they don't like that anymore since COVID. COVID when brought everybody to their house, it makes you feel like you're more in tune with the people. Right. But here's what we don't have. We don't have a battery behind us. And why I said they use the music industry model, do you know that all the songs that you hear, your top 40s on the radio stations every day, they have $1 million or more behind it. In order to have a successful single, you have to put money behind it. It's no longer like you can have your rapper that you like, but in order for them to go platinum, you got to put at least $1 million behind it. So when you wonder why you're hearing Sexy Red, dumbass song, I almost beat my son yesterday. Oh, Jesus, no, Lord. I heard that motherfucker singing the ski weed song. I said, motherfucker, if I ever hear you say that, the only person who should say anything close to that is your mom, but that's because of her sorority. There's like ski weed or something like that. But like, motherfucker, don't you ever fucking do that again. I had to I really literally had to. I heard it. I was watching the Jags game. He was playing the game, and I heard it. I kicked my door. My door swings out. I kicked that motherfucker open, kicked it in. Said, "Don't you ever fucking sing that song again. You hear me, son? You hear me? Promise me. Promise me you'll never sing that song again." I won't, Dad. I'm sorry. But that's what, anyways. So this motherfucker right here literally said what all these people play a Twitter head coach because he didn't take the knee. Well, I've taken the knee. Yes, motherfucker, shut up. Like, bro, nobody's playing Twitter head coach. Then he said, we forget that Miami could have won that game easily. That's why we're shocked. Because they should have won the game easily against Georgia Tech. But that's also why we don't have any faith when they're playing a team that's actually fucking good. No, he knows what he's doing, because what's going to happen is people are going to be like, you fucking idiot. And then other people are going to be like, it's debate radio. Everybody knows what you do is, he could have talked about any game. He talked about Miami, North Carolina. He didn't choose to say, well, man, you know what? Colorado should beat the fuck out of Stanford. He chose to talk about a game and made it interesting. Right. That's, you attack the people who are saying the obvious and make them seem like they're, again, this is why people, Chad used to say, James, you guys make it seem like anybody can do this job. I said, no, the people that you have in prime time make it seem like anybody can do this job, because they are saying stupid, wild shit. That's why anybody believes they can do this job. The only difference is, I will say this, and a lot of people always say, I want to start a podcast. I say, what's stopping you? You have a phone. I need this equipment. No, you don't. You don't need all that. Just get your phone out, flip it out, go to StreamYard. You can do it. But what happens is when you have a microphone in front of you, you realize how long an hour is. You realize how hard it is to hold a conversation when you don't know if anybody's listening or not. A lot of shit goes into it. But I want to show you how I really believe Georgia Tech trolled Miami by letting the clock run out for the extra point and then taking a knee. And this is what North Carolina did. The game is over. The Dyke, which was so funny, an actual Florida State fan is a Dyke. And I put the Dyke is giving up the booty in the third. And, anybody that knows me knows that's what I call Tyler Van Dyke. And she posted, if somebody tries to take mine, I'm going to shoot him.
Jesus.
I was like, and I didn't know. I thought it was a dude. I'm like, okay. They had to go through the media. Then I was like, oh. I said, one, that's hilarious. After going through your media, I said, but this is what I call Tyler Van Dyke. He literally, she was like, oh my God, that is so funny. You know what? She said she's coming to the Miami tailgate. I'm going to tell her, you know what? Because she was so cool and I'm an ally and I like women like she likes women, I think I'm a lesbian as well. We cool. She coming to the tailgate. I'm making sure she comes to the tailgate. But let's watch how North Carolina is the game. Nothing could have happened. It says 3 zeros on that, right, Miles? Yep. He could have fumbled the ball. There was no way Miami could get 10 points. Right. You're not taking this from me. I'm getting the pick 6.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
because nobody was around him. But this is what he does. Gets the pick. And then takes the knee. Gets the pick. Takes the knee. Not even a chance for this to happen. Be honest with you. This would have been a good time for the Cuban to just save face and just be like, dog, you've lost. This would have been the time to run the ball. I get it. You want to attack. You want to show. All you're doing is pissing off Vegas.
You know what? Yeah, somebody lost a bad beat on that one.
But my boy Ricky, to you in Miami, summed it up. And Miami fans do have every right to say, there were some good things that came out of this, but moral victories are for minor league coaches. To quote the great Jay-Z. Fumble in the end zone, which they did. They do it. You're running back some ball security. Ugh. Fumble the snap. Costly interception, many of those. Guidry, I told y'all Lance is a recovering alcoholic. Because I thought y'all said because I said Lance is a recovering alcoholic. I mean, Jesus, we talk about a lot of I'm still trying to get the one Miami fan to bet me his sobriety, but he won't do it. He always talks shit, but he won't bet me the bet that I want. It's too late. It's gone. It's gone. They missed wide open reads, which that's what everybody says. Everybody says he was open. Why did he throw to this guy? It's easy to say that from the comfort of your home. Allowing over 200 yards rushing, which they did. Oh my God. They took a pounding. They were just like, never mind. No sense of urgency in the fourth down, multiple scores. What did my boy Eric say? Was he talking about? He was talking about Miami, right? When he said, I gotta go find that clip that what he said, man. Damn it. All these tweets. My man Luke said TVD was point shaving. Oh, that's it. My bad. He was talking about Charles Kelly. My bad. Charles Kelly found RJ Young. Took that pounding. Oh man. My guy Grinch. And I want to talk about this too. Nobody you gotta get the handshake. I don't even want what Grinch said. My guy Grinch said what he's gonna do, what Mac Brown gonna do is get a temperature check on him. Mac Brown did this to Manuel Diaz after he beat him. He shook his hand, and then Manny tried to pull away from him, and that old man strength kicked in. He grabbed his ass, said, nah, boy. I ain't done talking to you. You gonna take this what I'm telling you. Now, if the people can see, Mac did it again. Nah, Mario. This is how you know Mario's strength conditioning program ain't as good as y'all think. Like, we're gonna keep letting this ride because I need you to see this. This is who everybody said was tough. This is my problem, man. Oh, this ain't the fucking 80s, brother. They're not. Nobody fucking fears Miami anymore because look how they're doing their coaches. Nah, don't you pull away from me, boy. He grabbed his ass and said, "You were going to listen to me." Good game, man. You guys are better than that, you know. Yeah, whatever. No, you know. And he probably did a little of that pinch thing. Like, you know how old. Don't know if y'all know. Maybe it's my my grandmother's brothers used to have them fat ass fingers and like that little, like people think I have a big hand, but them motherfuckers had like a whole pad, like where they could probably like twist off bolts on a car tire, like you know the tire nut, like the lug nuts. They can twist them off with their finger and tighten them up with their finger. Like that, them motherfuckers can grip you, dog. Come here. Hey, man, you're gonna take more than one L. And the crazy thing is the score makes it look like it was better than that. It was not a game. They were whooping their ass so bad in the third quarter that when I saw it zero, I was like, damn, that was a good, oh man, the game's over. And then I was like, oh shit, it's the fourth quarter. Like, I thought the game was done. He really said, hey man, bring your ass back here. And I want people to know, and I use this, and I haven't done my hymns yet. I've done pictures of hymns. But I got some good videos that we'll put up, and all of that stuff would be on our shorts on the Den Media Group page for you guys to enjoy and laugh at. But I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty that they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride and make it easier. That's what I believe we should do for our younger generation. In North Carolina, they're kind of doing this. If you look at the NMD, that motherfucker crazy. Like this right here. Look at the joy. Well, the one kid is stoic. I like that. It was funny live because his face did not move. But look at the joy on this child's face. This is what it's all about. It's about the kids, man. This kid is happy. Came out. Parents let him stay up late on Saturday. Probably going to church. Shout out to Connor Moorfield becoming a den mate. Pool season. Where you going, boy? Oh man. It's so funny. Mac, for those who don't know, Mac is a former Florida State offensive coordinator, like in the 60s. That motherfucker is old. But this is the celebration, man. After this, I'm talking all of this trash, but Miami's gonna have their, and this is basically what it's gonna look like. This is basically Miami all week up until the inevitable happens. I text the kid who I coach, who's committed there, great kid. I told the kid, Derek, you don't have to do this, man. I said, Derek, you don't have to do this, man. Come on over to Duke with me. Let's go hang out. Let's have a good time in Tallahassee again. You don't have to go to Clemson, man. You don't have to go to Miami, man. I don't want you to see this. He's young and impressionable. Children are not supposed to be watching graphic porn. And that's what I think is going to happen. Because unlike Mac, who I believe actually is Christian, Dabo is the worst type of Christian. Dabo's the Christian that tells the poor people to pick themselves up by the bootstraps and won't even give them boots. He was steal the dollar. He would steal the dollar from the poorest person and say God blessed him with a dollar. I don't even know how to start this one right here. Actually, that's how we'll start this. I don't care what people say Saturday Night Live is not funny. No, you're not funny. Saturday Night Live has its moments where it's hilarious. A lot of you people don't have flavor or seasoning in your life, and so you don't like anything that's, you call it liberal, and I get it, but this shit is fucking hilarious. Because one thing that they do is they pick on black people, they pick on white people, they don't care who you are, and this got the blacks upset, and I love it. I love that's what's his name, the other black guy. I love how they write each other's thing, and he makes them say like the most damn near borderline racist shit. Like, that's I'm sorry, man. Like, if you don't like that, you don't like America. Like, that's the e pluribus unum, guys. And yes, Mike, I did say "Must Be the Money" is a great song. It's so bad that it's good. It's amazing. Diamond Rolex. No, sorry, what did he say? No. It's done. My fingernails too. I don't know what to do. That's a diamond Rolex with gators on my feet. Like, that's, you gotta, do you understand how hood and black you gotta be? Because I thought gators were the epitome of fancy shoes. I grew up that way. Like the deacons in the church, Easter, going to church was one of the flyest moments ever, because like you saw these people wear like Michael Shea. Okay, I like Michael Shea. Michael Shea is fun. Michael Shea has the funniest thing about, like, he said people get upset about saying Black Lives Matter. Matters. Matters. Not or better. Not or even equal. Just matters. He's like, it can evoke. He's like, what's lower? Like, he's like, what's a better place to come in? And like, that would make you less mad than somebody just saying, please think about us. He's like, can you imagine going to your wife? It's saying, baby, do you love me? Baby, I love everybody. All loves matter. It's just like, I kind of paraphrase it a bit, but when you really do look at stuff, man, it's just, some of the stuff is bad. But party all the time is a really, like, people don't, anyways, we'll get into that later. But one of the things that was really, really epic about this was the fact that Beyonce said, I went to bed. We were winning 29-0. I went to bed, and that explains it. So we're going to get into a lot of what happened after Colorado was up, because it doesn't make sense to really get into anything before that. Shadur Sanders went into the locker room. You know what Shadur did in the locker room? Most people are breaking down how we're going to continue to win this game. Shadur had to make an IG post, make sure people knew to go buy some merchandise. That's the quarterback for Colorado. You know who fucked up the most? Who literally lost this game for them? The two most hyped players. So we're going to watch a little bit of video, because at this point, I don't really give a fuck. This is not going to be monetized. So like, I'm not taking any of this shit off. But we learned some good names. So for the record, Stanford was 1-4 going into this matchup. Now, before anybody blasts me in the comments, because y'all love fucking defending Dion, I have talked about a Cuban at length. Cuban Americans will not come in my comments and say, I hate Cubans. I am about to talk about a black coach. I actually just talked about a black coach getting his ass whooping, Dino Babers. Not one black person is going to come up and defend Dino Babers. One, there's no defense of his hairline at all. I don't want to hear that shit about Dion. Chill out. He's doing a good job. He's doing better. He's won 4 more games than he won last year. But I just want you to realize that he might not win another game, because he shouldn't have lost this game, but he shouldn't have beat Arizona State, and he shouldn't have beat Colorado State. He has been living by the skin of his teeth. Now they played very, very well against USC. But anyways, like I said, Shadur did that. And there's no discipline. It's just fun. But the fun stops when you stop winning. At a certain point, people are gonna lose respect for you. But we'll just go through whatever you pop up there, Miles. We'll roll with it. So that's the but I do want some blenders though. I need y'all to chill out on the blenders because I was contemplating getting blenders before Dion got sponsored by him, but now everybody got them shit. So it's kind of fucking up my sunglass game. I wanted the orange ones because I coach at Mandarin. But you see Shadur, so if you want to go support the cause, go buy some gear. So that's that one. Let's go to the next thing. We all found out about a grown-ass man. Elik Ayamanamana. Don't know how to say his name, but I do respect his game. 13 receptions, 295 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Do you know who he had most of those against? He used to call him Slant Tooth Shorty. But he went to Jackson State, and they had a good dentist. Gave him an NIL deal for his teeth. That's Travis Hunter. It's a Travis Hunter's defense. Dion, in his immense sense of pride and arrogance, put a kid in a very bad situation. Travis Hunter, this is his first game coming back off of getting his spleen ruptured. Or was it his liver? Doesn't matter. Motherfucker was fucked up. And people got mad. I said, I don't know what hit it was, but it wasn't the late hit in Colorado State that fucked him up. Because if he played the rest of that game, rest of that half, with that happening, then they don't give a fuck about that kid. But it might have been when it happened because they don't give a fuck about that kid. Because when you haven't played in weeks and they make you play over 100 plays, like they don't care. Travis, I'm not telling you to come to Florida State because you've already burnt your transfer. So, but just realize, like Michael Jackson said, all I want to say is that they don't really care about us. Dion don't give a fuck about you, bro. Dion care about one person on that team, and that's Shadur. He don't even give a fuck about Shiloh. Like, so just because, okay. Anyways, that's what happened. Boy, it was good. Going to the next thing. We're going to see some video, some footage of it. I definitely don't know. I know he don't give a fuck about this kid. This kid is probably going to hit the transfer portal.
System failure corrections.
Let's read lips here. Didn't they used to have like a thing where like bad lip reading? Yeah. This ain't bad lip reading. Dion comes over there, says something to 23, who push pause, who, by the way, had a night. I'm talking about all the bad things in the world that can happen to somebody happened to him. He was getting cooked. I would have begged to be taken out of the game. Like they were looking at 23 and then it just going at 23. But then maybe it wasn't 23 because you know what happened when they put 12 on him? 12 was getting cooked too. Like that man, my motherfucker number 13, Ayamayamino, however you say his name, Onomatopoeia. Call him Chef Onomatopoeia because he was in that thing cooking it. But go ahead and push the pause. Oh, my bad. I need you to slow it down. That's what I need you to do, Miles. Because we need to read these lips. And I'm going to tell you what he said. Dion says something to him. Blah, blah, blah. He turns around. Your son's sorry as hell. Your son's ass. That man, which at first glance, I was like, this man right. But then I thought about it. We went back and watched some of the stuff. I don't know which son he's talking about. But if he's talking about Shiloh, I no longer think Shiloh's good anymore. Really? Oh, you will see why. Shiloh is slow. Shiloh did not get Dion's speed. Sometimes it is the mom's fault. Them genes, the speed gene didn't transfer to Shiloh. Let's just say that. But we'll watch it more. You can skip the Instagram reel because that's where I first saw the Saturday Night Live thing, and just go to the next one. Yes, this is great. My boy Aaron Cabrera, terrible food decision maker, phenomenal Twitter follow, hilarious. I don't know who this chick is, but she's cute. It's just like when girls know they're cute, like go out later, even though this dress code was terrible. They were like, this is Eric Onomatopoeia looking at his quarterback when he sees Travis Hunter lined up across from him. Oh, man. Board geniuses. No, let's not go to that one yet. We'll save that. We'll save Bunky Perkins too. It must be J-Rod. Yeah, my boy J-Rod has it right here. And he has Travis Hunter getting cooked. We need that sound from damn, I should have had you do the Louis Farrakhan sound for Miami stuff. Like you should just be quiet. I missed a good opportunity with that. But you can go ahead and play this. You play it at a little slow speed because we're gonna play this at slow speed, but it's actually Shadur's real speed. I mean, Shiloh's real speed. So push play on it. And this is 13 on 12. So we're like, oh, this is a good matchup right here, right? Oh, yeah. He's not fit to cook Travis Hunter. They've been saying Travis Hunter is the best cornerback in the nation. Wrong. Here. Yep. Beat on the slant. I mean, that's a put. That should have been a pick. That was no, that wasn't Shiloh. But here we go. That was close. Now here's where it all starts to change, I think. Yep, give me that right there. Oh, it's twisted. Nope, they ain't got no hips. You see this guy right here running? They need to take his nameplate off because he is not a Sanders. I would have. You no longer have my name. By the way, 13 was not recruited very highly out of college. I mean, out of high school. Nobody knew him. This is him again. Up on Travis Hunter, best cornerback in the nation. Yep, I'm gonna get this right here. Up, missed tackle. I'm just gonna spin around. You can't touch this. And I think we're gonna see another appearance of yep, that's the Sanders right there. Get in the weight room, son. Doesn't really do it. He ain't bang him like he's been banging people. Another throw, another slant. If this were this is Charles Kelly, by the way, getting his ass handed to him right now. Doesn't have an answer for this. This was the egregious one, I think. Well, no. That was plenty of passing time. Remember, Derek McClendon left Florida State, juggles it, still doesn't get the tackle, just getting cooked. Nobody can bring him down. Man, y'all got to get that weight room situation solved there. Right here, almost tries to pick it, doesn't get it. Get good down, son. Welcome to college. You're no longer playing. You're playing teams with a pulse. Just getting abused by a guy who nobody. You were all world, same recruiting class. Everybody knows who you are. Nobody knew who I was. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep attacking you. We're gonna play hand fighting. Watch this. Dropped that one. He could have caught that. Like people post these things like it was a battle, but like you were on the wrong end of this. Now Travis Hunter had a great offensive day. I think Travis Hunter is a great wide receiver. I just think he's just an overrated corner.
Big guy's obviously a matchup problem.
Yeah. That's where it's going to be. Like he has to gain weight, and it's tough to gain weight when all you do is you play 100-something plays a game. Guy tries to jump, tosses it up, and this is the fucked up part.
Oh yeah, this one was ugly.
What we call this in the game is you just got dunked on. I'm on just boom, boom, boom. There's your arms flailing around like a used car lot dummy. Oh, that's tough, man. That's tough. What makes this tougher is that this was a 1-4 team. I want people to realize this. And
it's not like the quarterback are going to many other options. I was watching. He was.
It was literally him. That was it.
They didn't show the 97-yard one either.
Nah, I think that might be on the. Nah, damn. I thought I had it on there.
Yeah, it was a third down. Got to be for 97.
The 97-yard is where Shiloh he beat Shiloh's angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's just I don't know what to tell you. But actually, I do know what to tell you. Go to Bunky Perkins. This will pick everybody up. All my Colorado fans that listen. Play my theme music. That's what Dion would say. They sure were.
Give me my theme music.
People are. What jobs do they have?
None.
They
And here's why I don't. While I'm making jokes, Deion has been incredible for Colorado. It's just Deion sold people something. Again, much like Miami fans, Deion played, and Jackson State fans, and actually, what he does is he does a great. He's a pastor. He plays on what your insecurities are and what he knows you care about, and he tells you he's going to get these things, and then he does what 4-5 does. When it doesn't happen that way, he'll tell you it's fake news or that people are hating. He's a great at shifting things. That's what makes the Keenan Thompson thing so funny. We winners over here, baby. We haven't lost. You've lost 3 games. Look at me. Somebody beats him down. They wasn't trying to beat me. I mean, it wasn't trying to beat our team. They wasn't trying to beat Colorado. They was trying to beat Deion. Nah, motherfucker. Clearly says Colorado on the schedule, motherfucker. We trying to beat that. What's wild is this. People went on Twitter because Oregon lost. Oregon lost to Washington. Like, this is the number 5 and number 8 team in the nation, right? And they said, are you doing it for clicks now? That's not the same. This doesn't equate. Like, somebody had to lose that game, and it was a great game. Like, Oregon literally lost that game. Washington played a good game. Washington didn't beat. Oregon missed the field goal. Like, you don't get to do that. You played a 1-14. Like, this is, again, it's not so much Deion, it's the Deion stands. It's like you make everything he do because he says it's one of the reasons why Christianity has become weak. You sprinkle Jesus on everything and you make it seem like it's okay, and it's not. This man talked this. If you believe he talked to Jesus, I believe he talked to demons. Ain't nobody tell him to leave the. I told you to go to the blackest place in America one day, and they told you to go to the whitest place in America the next.
He really said that though. That guy told him to go to Colorado.
God, yeah, this is what God's plan. Everything God's plan. I talk to God. Like, you talking to somebody. When people tell me God told me this, like when I was a kid, people used to say this. James, the Holy Spirit told us that you needed to be the lead in the Easter play. I told them, the Holy Spirit should have told you we're gonna be in New Jersey. like obviously, that's when I started questioning as a kid. Clearly, the Holy Spirit didn't tell you shit. You just wanted me to be the lead, which is what you should have led with. Or maybe you did pray and you was talking to yourself and you answered yourself, and then yourself came up with the idea that that I should do this. That's what a lot of y'all be doing. You say I was praying, and what you did was you prayed and you prayed and you prayed until something came up in your mind to tell you to do something that you wanted to do already. It was always about the money. It was always about the notoriety. I would respect Deion more if Deion said, I believe my son is a Power 5 starting quarterback. I love my son so much that I'm going to go and I'm going to stop what I'm doing to prove that right. Because that's what he did. And his son is a Power 5 quarterback. It's actually way better than I thought he was going to be. But people have figured him out. He lost that game. Some throws that he would normally make, he didn't make them. He was errant. Happens. But I also think Deion lost that game for them. Because it can't be when you're trying to teach kids how to win, which they need to learn how to win. There's a couple of things that have to happen. You can't win a war with mercenaries. It's always one of the tried and true things. Like, you can have mercenaries, but you can't have an army full of mercenaries and expect to win a war. You know why? Because mercenaries can be paid and bought. So the minute somebody else gives them more money, they'll leave and go fight for the side that gives them more money. So you brought in all these players. You haven't recruited your guys in that know what you want, that match the values that you want them to match. And on top of that, you brought in these mercenaries and you're surrounding them with the culture, which I hate. It's an aspect of our culture. It's not Black culture, because Black culture is not a monolith, but you are bringing around all the rappers, the hip hop guys, the this, the that, the flash, the pizzazz, which is fun. but it can take away from winning. And you've got guys who have never had the spotlight on them before, and you literally you didn't put them under the microscope. You put them motherfuckers in a fishbowl to where everybody can see them. And that wears down and that gets tiring. I'm on you. We have our own, you videotape everything. Every aspect. And like, that's why you see the kids, the reality TV kids go crazy. Now, your son, Dion has done a great job raising his sons up in this atmosphere. But kid from Pascagoula, Mississippi, who was happy to be on the local TV. Like, that's what people don't realize. You know, people still watch local TV. People are happy to be on the local sports channel. You took people who are happy to be on a local sports channel and you made them national. Dog, that's a lot, man. And you still got to go to classes. And you still got to, and your girlfriend might not like you because now the little Instagram model saw you on Dion's thing and now she's trying to get in your DMs. Because, boy, don't nobody question men about their moves to 20-some-year-old women. Oh, my God, you are responsible for fucking every woman that ever comes in contact with you. You fucking smile. Why you smiling so hard? Like, big booty woman walks by and you know you want to look. That's why they have them memes where the guy like, he's shaking. Nah, bro, I'm looking. You better be looking too. And sometimes they'll try to set you up. But this is the part of it that I do hate. There are real criticisms and then there are things like this. They don't embrace any Colorado traditions. They don't run out behind Ralphie. It's like they don't want anything to do with her. They don't sing the fight song. I guarantee the players and coaches don't even know it. It's obvious they couldn't care less about CU. No wonder they don't play like a team. When he was winning, this wasn't in the message boards. I get the feeling that's how Prime wants it. It's Prime you, not CU. Real colors are starting to show now. Slime has been able to cover up who he is until now. Ooh, not Prime, Slime.
That's crazy.
Should have lost the C-State game as well. Get used to it. No culture. They're turning their back on them, which is what people do. My mother said this. The same capacity that people have to love you, they have to hate you. And again, you know who can handle this? Dion can handle this. You know who has a tougher time handling this? 18 to 22-year-olds. They didn't sign up for this. That's why a lot of us with actual fucking sense said, hey, man, you might want to tone it down a little bit. But you know what people with sense get called? Haters. Haters. You just don't like Dion, which is true, but that's not why I say the things I say. I say the things I say because they fucking make sense. Dion is like I've said this before too. Are we still on? I said this before, and Fatal Jedi summed it up right. We got to spell the man's name right though. Dion is a better connected Willie 5.0. Willie Taggart walked so Deion Sanders could hobble. Panama Jack put, what's Coach Prime teaching Travis Hunter? He was a cornerback. He's not teaching him anything. He's not the DB's coach. He's the head coach. Do you know what most head coaches do? They oversee. And again, some of us knew Charles Kelly. You can't just just because you go to Saban's rehabilitation school don't mean you're gonna be a good coach. But that being said, Two Dog, it says they better switch to cover two. They ran multiple coverages, and none of that shit worked. The wild part of this is that when I knew they were going to beat Colorado State. I knew they were going to beat Arizona State. My bad. I didn't have them beating TCU, and that was a real good win. And what they did against what I thought at the time with them competing against USC, I was like, damn, that's That's a win in and of itself. But to quote my pilgrim, well, at least I got a bye week. To quote my pilgrim, Greg McGarity, they got a tough road to hoe. Because you know what UCLA does? They sling that bean. Boy, can they sling it. That fruity head coach they got is good.
Coming from his press conference, I want to ask, was thinking, have you ever, because it seemed like he was taking all the blame, but there was a part of him that wanted to say, I've never been a part of a butt whooping this bad as a player. As you being a coach, have you ever been part of a butt whooping that you thought like, I've never been a part of something so embarrassing as a player?
Yeah.
And how did you handle that with your kids then? Did you
But what I do is I take ownership. I never tell the kids. Like the kids know. Man, these kids are so good at Google. Like I tell them as I play, they're like, I never went into a game where I had to, like a coach had to lie to me. like we're gonna beat these guys. We have a chance. Man, fuck out of here. Man, these kids know who they're going up against. Very few David and Goliath stories are true. And you know as a coach, if you got now, it's different when like you got some cats that other teams don't know about yet. It's early in the season, it's different. But like, for example, when BCU played Miami, what you gonna tell them? Come on, dog. You know you ain't got the bullets. You going up against tanks with rocks, man. Like you ain't gonna beat them. Yeah, it just go out there and die gracefully. And then some of them, gonna die early, just so they don't got to deal with all the pain and anticipation. Just get it out the way. Like in like in the video games, like the minion characters, they just go out and die. Like that's what they're gonna do. But you go out and you try to put guys in the best position that you can put, and then there's times when you're just like, hey, the guys are there, I just don't got the cats. But how do you say you don't have the cats when you got Travis Hunter? See, the bragging part was I have the best player in the nation. Everything written, I have the best player in the nation. I have one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. I have two other wide receivers who are really statistically some of the best players in the nation. Colorado message boards. Oh, we took Florida State's. You took Florida State's best players. Rivals. Y'all lost y'all best players to Deion. Who else does Deion want? Colorado, we're telling you, you don't want these cats. Trust me. We've seen what happened to Duke Cooper. And we are seeing what happened to Duke Cooper again. Live in HD, 4K, 6K cameras. We saw it as a fan base, and we tried to tell you, and you told us that we're haters. It's the reason Bishop Thomas didn't play here. Now, Derek McClendon, we wanted him, but it's a reason Derek McClendon was not fucking Jared Verse. And he wasn't Patrick Payton. And he didn't like that. But even he ain't doing shit for you. And he was one of the better guys. 90% of the people in the transfer portal, there is a reason they went to the transfer portal. You also have one of the best. You mean to tell me Charles Lester couldn't do better than what 23 was doing? Not Charles Lester, excuse me. That's our guy. You ain't fucking touching Charles Lester. What's the motherfucker that's at Colorado that they got that was the number one DB in the nation last year that Miami thought they were getting? Can't even think of his name right now, from Polk County. It'll come to me in a second. The problem is you guys think that we can. It's like if Michael Jordan became the basketball coach, the head basketball coach at Florida State, I would still think our basketball team was going to struggle for a few years. You know why? Michael Jordan was great. Deion Sanders was great. Kamani McLean, that's the name. Deion Sanders was great. We have no proof that Deion Sanders is a great head coach. And you know why we don't have any proof that Deion Sanders is a great head coach? Because every time he was matched up in the problem, remember we did the thing and everybody got mad when I called it a potato salad bowl. I love potato salad. I actually might get some potato salad today. The red potato salad from Pub. Like, really, that might be what we don't get. This is why I can't be rich. I'm gonna have a potato salad bowl. I'm gonna do, and it's gonna be HBCUs. I'm gonna make it, even if it's the D2 HBCUs, we will have the potato salad bowl at. Are we still on? Oh, we will have the potato salad bowl at Everbank Field, TIA Bank Field, and it will be between two Division II HBCU teams, and y'all either take the money or you don't. But when he got a chance to win the HBCU national championship, he folded both times. He's never won a game that mattered. Outside of TCU. I'll give him. I apologize. TCU. But when those are critiques, legitimate critiques, but that's considered hating. When did we change this way in America? When did, like, stating a truth, you couldn't just, when you can't refute it, you call it hating? I think he can grow into a head coach, but it's just not what it is. It's a reason. There is a reason why you have traditional ways to go through being a head coach. And some of the stuff what we're learning is live in full color is that Deion is learning how to win and lose as a head coach. The problem is Deion still has the ego of Prime. Optimus Prime, if you will. But it is very similar to Miami. You're in this position because you wouldn't shut the fuck up. That being said, at least he can brag about his alma mater being good. Oh, my bad. You didn't go to Florida State all of a sudden. You went to I don't know, Peanut A&M or some shit, whatever the fuck you went to. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're saying. I don't know, man. My problem is I'm a logical person in an illogical world. I am a historian that is watching America and watching numerous other people do the same mistakes over and over again and act like it's new. It's like watching a car wreck that you can prevent, that you know it doesn't have to happen, and it happens. And what's wild is I told people ask me, like, and my kids ask me, Coach, would you send your son to Colorado? We know you hate Deion, but would you send your son to Colorado? I said, it has nothing to do with my hate for Deion. I said, I can't send him there now because I don't know what Colorado is or what they stand for because I have not seen it be successful yet. I said, it looks cool, but I'll leave you with this. There's a reason why they have children's fables. You know, you have Aesop fables, you have the Grimm tales, which were a lot. Don't read your children the real Grimm stories. Like, read them the Disney cleaned up versions. But one of them, Pinocchio. Pinocchio, like the guy, he wanted to have a son, could not have sons, so he created a little wooden toy. And then the toy was alive, and the toy wanted to be a real boy. And he fell into these traps that boys and children typically fall into. That's why we always tell kids, don't go for the weird man with the truck with the candy, right? That's, unless you want to be like the RJ Young guy, like, get your booty tapped. Like, that's not. Did you see the thing that I ever show you the thing with the G.I. Joe? He's like, this guy called. He said, I want a prize. And then he goes out to, he's like, then the car sees him with the black guy and he pulls off. He said, you ain't win no prize. You was going to get that booty. So that's why you don't do those things. Anything with too much flash, glitz, glamour, like that was the island that Pinocchio got. It gave you everything that you wanted as a kid that you thought you wanted. And it's up to the adults to actually step back and say, hey, man, that don't look right. Like, let's wait and see. And I think if that approach was taken, the success would be amplified just as much. Right. But now what happens when you started, you started 3-0, right? Then you lost in a blowout. I make sure I'm saying this right. Or did they start 2-0? They were undefeated in Oregon, lost to Oregon. They lost 2 in a row, lost to Oregon, played USC tough. They kept them ranked when they probably shouldn't have been ranked at that time, but they kept them ranked because of the hype. What happens when you lose the rest of your games? I'll tell you what happens. It's why some of you guys think Nas won. You didn't listen. Takeover was a verse. It was not a diss record to Nas. Ether was a whole track, and Jay-Z's diss track was Blueprint 2. Go listen to Blueprint 2 and then tell me again. It's facts. I'm on it down. It's facts versus a cold ass beat. I can't even fucking hold you. Ain't no beat. Ether is the best beat Nas has ever rapped on. Nas's whole problem with his career is that he had terrible beats. If Nas had the intellect and the taste of Rick Ross to pick beats, he would be whatever. But Jay has one great thing. He said he had a spark when he started, but now he just garbage. Fell from top 10 to not mention at all to your bodyguard's Uchiwali verse was better than yours. Matter of fact, you had the worst flow in the whole fucking song. Said you've been in this 10, I've been in the 9. I've been in the 5. Smarter than them Nas. 4 albums in 10 years. I can divide. That's one, let's say every 2. 2 of them shits was due. One was the other was Illmatic. That's a one hot album every 10-year average. The only thing you could do when you're listening to the songs that Jay-Z had is step back and be like, you could write it down and be like, damn. All right. Even Nas had to say, like, damn, that nigga right. I've only had one hot album. The other one, the 2 of them, yeah, I don't know what I was doing with 2 of them. But I think It Was Written was actually better than what Jay's giving him credit for. But I'm saying the facts are always there and have never changed. The only thing you have to refute the facts are saying that you must not like the person. That is a terrible way to live as a human. And again, that might be the title of the show. This is why I blame George W. Bush. Because some of y'all should have probably been left behind. Because you don't deal in logic. But on that note, man, I appreciate you guys. We had a good amount of people watching it. Make sure you go jam that like button. Make sure you subscribe. I know it's not going to happen before Wednesday, but if somehow we get to 4,000 subs, not only will we give away the $400, not only will we give away the likes, we will give away 2 pairs of tickets to the Duke game. I think I'm hoping Florida State will tell me what I need to do. If not, the goal is to have 5,000 before the Miami game. That again, we will give away the money. We'll give away 2 pairs of tickets to the Miami game. If not, make sure you tune in on Wednesday. We will do our giveaways. Like the tickets, you saw where the tickets are. We showed them their vibe. It's a good vibe. We got the tailgate. We're gonna bring my guy. We're gonna bring my guy there. Jack Coleman. We may get Jack. We may do Jack a service if I can pull him away from his family. Show Jack some titties. But if not, it's all good. I don't want to get in too much trouble trying to do the right thing. But on that note, man, I appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. And I will see you guys at 2:00. If you're a member on the StreamYard, the link will be up, and we're going to break down the Florida State Syracuse film. So if you want to come in, you want to watch how to watch film properly, how you can have some good talking points to talk to your dumbass friends that don't know shit about football, I'm going to show you that stuff. So I'll see you guys later.